Okay, let's go ahead and take a look at the floor here. This piece I'm gonna go ahead and redo right here. I was gonna reuse it, but again, it's a little bit warped and I wanna fill in some of those gaps as well with right here. Previous owner had this in with his jacuzzi bathtub he installed. So we're gonna get rid of this plywood and we're gonna redo it. We're gonna of course move that 2x6 little piece right here. Now I do have crawl space access underneath the house, which makes this freestanding tub installation a lot easier. But with that said, if you do not have crawl space or if you are on a cement foundation, then what you're gonna need is if you just go on Amazon and search for freestanding tub drain, you'll see ones with like a long spout with a circle drain, and they're meant for installations on second stories or cement foundations, etc. But because I have access to the crawl space below, I got underneath last night, I did a dry fit, and this is how it's gonna go here. I have not glued these in quite yet. If you need to know how to cut and glue in ABS pipe, that video will be on the channel already. So this is gonna be glued into this here. We have our P-trap right here. This is gonna go up with an adapter right here. And then this is gonna come off of this one here. I'll just slightly put it on, but it's gonna have a little bit of an angle to it. And that is still code because it drops down. There's no S-turns. It's just a nice little P-trap to a straight pipe. And then this one, of course, is slightly curved for draining water that way, venting out behind our cement board here all the way up to the top. We already saw that, or I made another video about that already. So always do a dry fit first. And then of course we will have from the bottom of the freestanding tub to this, there's gonna be another pipe, which is gonna be easy to glue that last piece in from underneath the freestanding tub. Now, if you do have a helper, it's gonna be a lot easier, but I actually had to drag in the freestanding tub on a blanket, set it in the perfect position, go underneath the house, do all that. It is what it is, but it makes installation the perfect fit when you're ready to roll. Now folks, here is a sneak preview of the finished product. We're gonna give you a full rundown after the series is over, but I wanna take a moment and thank today's sponsor, which is Ridge. Now we all know that Ridge is most known for their wallets and all the different colors, keeping your cash and cards nicely secured in a minimalistic look. But Ridge has rings now if you were not aware. Before we do take a look at this, top link in the description box right below the video. Use my direct link for 10% off whatever you order. Take a look at their wallets, take a look at their rings, see what they have to offer. That link is below. So this is the carbon fiber beveled ring, and this is what you get right here. You get yourself your little hard shell case, and let's take a closer look at the 3K beveled ring here. Absolutely stunning carbon fiber with a nice gloss on the interior. This thing definitely packs a punch, and what I like about it is also in your case you get a silicone ring as well, which obviously these have a little bit more give to them, where you can put that on the same finger, or it has a little bit more stretchy room where you can switch up a size if needs be. And what I like about these rings, and I'm glad that Ridge gives you a silicone option as well, is because my brother and I were actually talking. You know what's great about silicone rings is that if you're mountain biking, if you're at the gym, even though this looks great, is you don't want to ding up your ring, but also if you have a spouse, what my brother and I like to call it, adventure with integrity. So you switch over to the silicone ring while you're at the gym, so that will let people know that you are taken. So it's a great option, and I'm glad they include that with their rings. Go ahead and shut on that down. If you put your ring in a case overnight, or if you sleep with it, that's your choice. But if you're done for the day, put it in your case, put that on your nightstand. Now remember, Ridge does offer a lot of different products, colors of wallets, colors of rings. The wallets, so many different colors, Apple AirTag ones, from flashy to subtle. So once again, top link in the description box below is my direct link. And grab yourself your 10% discount on whatever you order using that direct link. And again, thank you to Ridge for sponsoring this video. Now let's get back to the build so we can wrap this series up and you can see this beautiful layout. Here are my tiles for my back accent wall. They sell these at Home Depot, and we're going to get to that in the tiling video. But this is just your typical wave pattern in white. And I like this pattern so much better than the ones they sell at Lowe's. Off the top of my head, I want to say a box of these tiles, these are 12 by 24. I want to say they're about 45, hair less than 50 per box. So not bad. All right, now regarding this area right here. Again, a new piece of probably OSB. I probably won't go plywood, just OSB. I'll shape it from the previous owner's little round cut there. Little inlet cuts here. I put this wood brace on right here so it can lay right on top, screw in nicely. This was from the previous owner. I didn't do this. Don't do this to your floor joists. It does definitely weaken them. They're not cut all the way through, but they're cut down half. The 2x6s are cut down half. It is what it is. Because it was already like that, I'm not super concerned about it, and it let me wrap my pecs underneath. Now what you see right here, that's the old bathtub draining from the previous owner. I just glued on a cap. And when I say glue, it's ABS specialty glue. So that's what you're seeing right there. You're seeing some blown in insulation that was from the attic that dropped down. I bagged it up and I'm gonna put it in here, or already did. So we'll go ahead and make that nice resized piece of OSB. I have these ones already saved from cutting out that, from plumbing that line. If needs to, we'll go ahead and Henry's patch a little bit if it's not perfect. And here is the Henry's patch from where I moved the floor vent register. So now this is all nice and flush. We're looking good there. My door is covering that up. I had to take the door off the hinges to move the bathtub in, which I'm definitely glad it was able to fit in here, even after the door was off. The measurements were very tight, but I was able to get it in, and it's looking absolutely phenomenal. Okay, lights are looking absolutely phenomenal. Everything is sanded down beautifully. New installed fan. LED lights that do change color. These are the Govee M1s. I'll have them linked in the description box below. We are all ready to paint, but I'll probably paint after tiling. And right now, even though it's a bare bathroom, we're on the tail end, folks. Tiling, painting, it's looking real good. Some of these steps do take definitely some time. It took me several hours yesterday afternoon and evening to dry plumb that. Going out, going down beneath the house, coming back up, beneath the house, back up, beneath the house, back up. You guys get the idea. Dragging a bathtub in, dragging it out, blah, blah, blah. Let's get going. And if you're wondering, the diffusers are not on here. The camera's just not picking up the hot spots. Right through here, you can see the hot spots. But obviously the diffusers look so much better with the naked eye. Now, something you have to know about me is I'm very meticulous. I'm a very slow worker, but I'm a very meticulous worker as well. So my renovations are going to take a lot longer than probably yours. The reason why is because I think about things, I change things. Sometimes you have an idea and you switch it. So that's why it kind of takes me a little bit of time, but it's coming together. We're almost done. The edges of the LED strips in the channels, absolutely stunning. I'm definitely happy with how those turned out. I mudded right along the edge with just enough room to pop in the diffuser. This bathroom is gonna have some sweet drip to it. Okay, let's go ahead and take a look at the progress since I last left you. Now, this was not the easiest piece of OSB to lay down. I got my level over here, making sure it is level now. I did have a scrap piece. It was a little bit thicker. If I had a really nice planer, it would have made it definitely a little bit easier, but I do have an electric hand planer, which is not as precise, but definitely did a nice job as well. Now, I did circle one little area right here. I'm gonna run the electric hand planer by it one more time. Overall, very, very nice. Again, very custom fit in little crevices, so I didn't have to do any nonsense. That little circle over there, that wasn't the easiest. Jigsaw, saw my Ryobi tools, came in clutch. Definitely recommend it. Okay, so here I have my outspout for freestanding tub drain here. Now, I still have this piece right here, and that again, when I'm ready to go, will give a slight angle like that. It kind of depends on where I tighten down the bottom piece. However it rotates, absolute worst case scenario, I'm gonna have to alter it like this direction or something like that. Or straight. I don't think it's gonna be straight. Last time I checked, there was a slight angle to it, and that's totally fine because again, it dumps down straight, P-trap straight into my sewage, which I'm out here on the country. I have a septic, and so it'll go right into the septic. Let's go ahead and lift this up, show you what we got underneath. Okay, so here's my connections all together, glued in, P-trap right here. So again, this was already here. 1.5 inch is code for bathtubs and faucets, but it goes into a 2-inch sewer drain here, or septic in my case. So I got an adapter right here into a scrap 1.5 piece cut down, into a P-trap, into I believe a 60 degree, coming over to another scrap 1.5, connecting into my 1.5 here, into my, I believe that is also 1.5, connecting to my 2. So we got 1.5, 1.5 connecting to my 2. So we're looking good. Again, one more piece, and then a straight piece. And then again, lastly, that's gonna sit like this. And then this, I saved from my old bathtub. I, of course, am going to be cleaning that and cleaning the inside here. This is probably from the original 92, so it just needs a little cleaning. It looks a lot worse on camera than it really is. That's just dried water, minerals from the well, water. So that's going to be glued in like this here. Or again, worst case scenario, however I tighten this on the bottom of my freestanding tub. I don't want to have another bend if possible, so I'm going to try my best to have it tighten it up perfectly like this here. According to my testing, that's exactly how it turned out, so we'll keep you updated about that. So that's how you plumb it if you do have, once again, crawl space. Worst case scenario, if it's a 2-story, you can pop the ceiling off and have access to the plumbing from the first story on a ladder. Or like I said, buy the jacuzzi drain, or Amazon sells one, I think half price. The jacuzzi one's like double the price. And again, that's how most second story or cement foundation ones are done. And what is nice about the crawl space as well is once I am done tiling, of course, and the freestanding tub is here, testing it, I can go back underneath the crawl space before I put on the vapor barrier and insulation down there, and I can look at all my connections from underneath the house, making sure I have absolutely no drips with my connections. I've already tested that with my PEX, as well as my freestanding faucet PEX connections there. Those are testing out beautifully, and those lines are actually hot right now, meaning the water is flowing to them. So if I turned on the shower or the freestanding tub faucet, it would start gushing water. So I want to be careful about that, obviously. I like what I'm seeing. Thumbs up. All right, folks, now we're looking at my bathroom here with waterproof membrane on top of the cement backer board already. This is Latta Creek waterproof membrane, and it's really simple to apply. It has great reviews. You literally apply it with a paintbrush and a paint roller. Paintbrush, of course, around the window and your faucet handles. I did leave a little space at the very bottom because I will be putting on a Curdy Ditra flooring with Curdy band coming off of the Curdy Ditra floor membrane, coming up on the cement backer board for waterproofing all of your wall edges and corners. I will have a full separate video about how to do this on my channel, but for this size of bathroom, definitely pick up another jug. It is a little pricey, but people do really enjoy this product over RedGuard, etc. Don't let the party stop, guys. Hit one of these videos, continue to watch, and we'll see you soon.